The soft lapping of the Thames against its banks formed a soothing backdrop to Henry's world. Here, beneath the grand arches of Tower Bridge, the city whispered its secrets into the ripple of the water. A fisherman, for as long as he could remember, Henry had grown old alongside the river, his weathered hands cradling the rod that had seen more sunrises than he could count. Each cast drew him deeper into a life rich with stories, tales of the river's depths and the myriad lives intertwined with its currents. As he sat on his weathered stool, the gentle sway of the boat reflected his contentment. The sun filtered through the clouds, casting shimmering patterns across the bustling waterway, a silent reminder of London's vibrant history. Fishing was not merely a hobby, it was a communion with the spirit of the Thames, a bond forged through years of companionship with the river and its timeless echoes of the past. As the sun began its ascent over the horizon, casting a golden hue on the Thames, Henry settled into his favorite spot under Tower Bridge. The river, once bustling with ships and laden with tales of adventure, now ebbed quietly, reflecting the towering structures of modern London that loomed above. The remnants of vibrant docks, where fishermen and merchants thrived, lingered in his memory like echoes of a forgotten song. He recalled the laughter of children playing along the banks, and the hearty laughter of fishermen exchanging stories at the end of a long day, each tale steeped in the tradition of their craft. London had transformed dramatically, blooming into a metropolis marked by its frenetic pace. Yet, in the subtle rhythms of the river, Henry found remnants of the past, stories etched in the very essence of the water. He felt a deep connection, knowing that every ripple and wave carried fragments of history, whispering secrets to those willing to listen. Henry's days were woven into the very fabric of the Thames, each moment meticulously shaped by years spent in quiet harmony with the river. As dawn broke over London, he would untangle his fishing lines, the gentle splash of the water a familiar melody. With hands weathered by time and experience, he cast his line into the shimmering depths, reflecting on the techniques imparted by his father and grandfather. His favorite spots, an old wooden pier, a bend where the current swirled, each held secrets. Tales of the peculiar fish that lurked beneath the surface punctuated his thoughts. There were the spectral catfish that whispered to brave souls, and the elusive sturgeon that brought fortune to those lucky enough to reel it in. As he waited for a bite, the sounds of the city blended with the calls of birds and the occasional laughter of passers-by, reminding him of the ever-evolving story of the Thames and its enduring legacy that lived on, beckoning him to listen closer. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a warm glow over the shimmering Thames, Henry found himself lost in thought. The river, ever-changing yet familiar, felt like an old friend, whispering secrets from its depths. Each ripple and wave told stories of generations past. Fishermen who battled fierce storms, children who splashed joyfully along the banks, and lovers who etched their initials into the old wooden pilings. He marveled at how nature intertwined with human existence, creating a tapestry of life that thrived on the banks of this historic waterway. Henry recalled the silent language of the river, its ebb and flow reflecting the rhythm of life itself. He believed that those who paused long enough could hear it, the soft serenade of water against stone, the gentle rustle of leaves overhead, and even the distant laughter of children buoyed by the wind. In this moment, he felt an unbreakable bond, not just to the river, but to all who had come before him, all partakers in its timeless narrative. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm, golden hue on the waters of the Thames as Henry settled into his rhythm beneath the towering silhouette of Tower Bridge. The air was crisp, filled with the faint whispers of the city waking up around him. With practiced hands, he prepared his fishing rod, recalling the techniques his father had taught him long ago, the gentle flick of the wrist, the subtle balance of line and lure. Each cast became a dance, the line arching gracefully before splashing into the river, a silent prayer to the depths. Henry smiled to himself as he imagined the peculiar fish lurking beneath the surface, each one carrying tales of their own. There was the elusive silver bream, a ghost in the water, and the majestic eel that garnered both awe and respect among local fishermen. As he waited for a bite, the melodies of city life drifted by, merging harmoniously with the gentle lapping of the river, a testament to the connection between nature and urban existence. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden glow on the tranquil waters of the Thames. Henry settled into his usual spot, the familiar rhythm of his surroundings lulling him into a state of comfort. He cast his line with practiced precision, the lure dancing on the surface as if inviting the river's secrets to emerge. Today felt different, though, a stirring in the air that whispered of change. As he waited, Henry reflected on the stories he had heard from fellow fishermen about the peculiar fish that sometimes graced these waters. The legendary silver ghost, shimmering like moonlight, and the elusive catfish king, said to grant wishes to those pure of heart. Each story was steeped in mystery, breathing life into the river's lore. Suddenly, his heart raced as an unexpected tug jolted him from his reverie, a force unlike anything he had felt before. Intrigued and anxious, he gripped the rod tighter, curiosity igniting within him. As Henry pulled the line steadily, anticipation brewed within him, each tug resonating with an electrifying energy unlike anything he had experienced before. When the surface of the water finally yielded to his efforts, it revealed not a wriggling fish, but a glittering pendant, glinting like a shard of sunlight. It dangled from his line, swaying in the gentle breeze, the inscription on its surface shimmering with an ancient allure. Curiosity surged through him as he cradled the pendant in his weathered palm. The intricate patterns seemed to dance and shift, almost alive in the light. Henry pondered the stories it could tell. Who had owned it? What tales had unfolded around its presence? He felt an inexplicable connection to the object, as though it held within it the whispers of history, beckoning him to uncover its secrets. Little did he know, it was a key to unlock the past beneath the bridge he called home. As Henry held the pendant aloft, a sudden chill swept over the water, and the river began to respond in a way he had never imagined. Beneath him, the Thames rippled violently, its still surface transforming into a swirling vortex of shimmering light. The air thickened with a palpable energy, a buzz that pulsed through Henry's very being. He felt himself pulled closer to the river, as if it were inviting him to dive deeper into its mysteries. The pendant glowed brighter, illuminating the shadows beneath Tower Bridge, and Henry's heart raced with exhilaration. It was as if time itself had paused, holding its breath in anticipation, and the world around him began to dissolve. The sounds of the present faded like whispers on the wind. In that moment, he was no longer just an observer. He was a participant in a story that transcended time, a journey about to unfold. As the shimmering pendant pulsed in Henry's hand, the world around him began to dissolve. The hum of the river grew louder, enveloping him in a cocoon of sound, and suddenly he found himself beneath Tower Bridge, but not as it stood today. Instead, vibrant sights unfolded before his eyes. Bustling merchants hawking their wares, sailors sharing tales of their voyages, and children weaving through crowds, laughter mingling with the calls of gulls overhead. Colors danced across his vision, the air filled with the aromas of fresh fish and baked bread. Henry watched in awe as the lively marketplace bustled with energy, the lives of ordinary people harmonizing with the river. People crowded the docks, their hopes and dreams interwoven with the water's ebb and flow. In that moment, he understood. The Thames was not just a river. It was a living tapestry, rich with stories waiting to be heard, connecting generations in an eternal embrace. The sights and sounds around Henry come alive with vibrant energy as he wanders through the bustling marketplace beneath the bridge. Stallholders call out, their voices mingling with laughter and the rhythmic tapping of sailors exchanging stories. The air is thick with the scent of fresh fish, baked bread, and rich spices, each aroma telling its own tale of distant lands and sea voyages. Children play nearby, their joyous shouts ringing like music, and elderly men gather to share the latest gossip, their faces sun-kissed and wise. Henry catches glimpses of fishermen mending their nets, their hands deftly weaving together strands that once caught their sustenance. He listens as they recount exciting encounters with mythical fish, tales woven with laughter and bravado. Each story sparks a memory in Henry, connecting him to a lineage of lives intertwined with the Thames. The bridge above stands sentinel to it all, a silent witness to the river's myriad tales of humanity and resilience. As the vibrant marketplace bustled in Henry's memory, he felt an invisible thread weaving him together with the fishermen of the past. Each stall, laden with fresh catches and lively chatter, echoed stories of resilience and camaraderie that once thrived along the Thames. He could almost hear the laughter of children playing nearby, their joy spilling into the air like seeds carried on the wind. The faces of those long gone appeared to him, their dreams and struggles flickering like shadows on the water's surface. In this moment, Henry understood that his life was not a solitary journey, but part of a larger tapestry, intricately woven through time. The river was a living archive, holding the whispers of those who had come before. Each story imparted its lessons about resilience, connection, and the importance of sharing one's experiences. Henry cherished this realization, recognizing that passing down these tales would ensure that the river's spirit endured for generations to come. Jolted back to the present, Henry gasped as the pendant slipped from his grasp, splashing into the Thames. His heart raced, the echoes of laughter and celebration still ringing in his ears. The enchanting sights faded, swallowed by the murky waters he knew so well. He clutched his chest, overwhelmed by the weight of the experience. Revelations flooded his mind, his connection not just to the river, but to the generations of fishermen who had come before him, their stories interwoven like the currents beneath the bridge. He felt a profound shift within himself, a sense of duty igniting his spirit. The pendant, now lost to the river, had opened a door to the past, one he was determined to honor. With a deep breath, he gazed out at the rippling surface, the setting sun casting golden hues across the water. He knew now that it was time to share the tales of the Thames, ensuring that the whispers of its history would resonate for years to come. Henry sat on the riverbank, the pendant warm in his palm, a tangible reminder of the journey he had undertaken. The river flowed steadily, whispering secrets of the past, and he couldn't help but ponder his place within its timeless narrative. Thoughts swirled in his mind like the eddies in the Thames. His father's tales echoed, vivid and cherished, reminding him of the importance of passing down stories to the next generation. He envisioned children gathered by the water's edge, eyes wide with wonder, as he recounted the lives of fishermen from centuries past, the rhythm of their laughter mingling with the rippling water. Determined, he resolved to honor those who had come before him. He would spend his evenings in the local pub, sharing vibrant stories of the river's history with anyone willing to listen. Each anecdote would be a thread, weaving together the fabric of their shared heritage, an invitation to explore the rich tapestry of life that flourished beneath the bridge.